Hello. 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 Whoa. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but might as well. I don't know if I want to skip the some scenes or like and let people play it for themselves, or if I just want to, talk about just nostalgia about things. So the thing is, before I like started this stream, I was trying to figure out how to like delete Steam saves. I was like, I don't know how to delete Steam saves. Now live with staff commentary. I mean, we did do like a commentary like last year, a few years ago. Like, I think it was like 2 years ago. That's without the patch, obviously. I don't want like ikinari like ban sareru. I don't want like a sudden ban. I don't want So it's like I don't know if I want to like read it because it's quite. For me, I'm okay reading it, but it is quite lengthy. So yeah, see, there's no option here, so I'm safe, right? Oh, I pressed the test. Honestly, I should probably grab Moeki next time, but I think she's not around right now, or she's probably like at work, so I'll leave her be. But yeah, what else? But yeah, I was trying to figure out how to like remove save files. So I asked her like, how do I remove save files, right? Because like she's like working with a programmer that did the Steam patch release, and so I think like she kind of relayed the information to me, how to like remove my save file, and I looked up how to remove Steam achievements, but I do it to like other games too. So like, because I like to like replay some games to remove achievements, so I already know how to do that. But then like I guess for KS, there's like two save folder locations, so like I have to like delete both folders in order to like reset my file for Steam version. But for the regular installation version, it's like more simple. Yep. So that's which route are we going for today? I don't know. It depends. I feel like this is like one of the first CGs I drew for the game. The very opening part. Yeah. I'm not sure how many people are actually like replaying it, or if there's that. Yeah, but Moiki has like all the statistics for like the Steam, and like yeah, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people who actually downloaded it, so I'm like, I'm very impressed. Anyway, a light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like the wooden wind chimes. This is probably actually I was just yeah. Oh yeah, I actually read this part in Japanese because I was testing it in I was looking at the Japanese part, right? And like I realized I can't read some kanji. I'm like, oh man, I don't know some of these kanji. You know, because like when Iwanako's when she comes in, she calls Hisao's name by his last name, and I'm like, crap, what's Hisao's last name? So like, Google it. Nakai. Okay. And then like Iwanako also has a last name, but yeah, I can't read like last names because there's just so many readings of them. Mr. Nakai. Nakai-san. I mean, it's the norm in Japan, obviously, to call people by their last names. And apparently, it's like very hazakashi or very embarrassing to call them by first names. Like it gives you the dokis or something, but I don't know. I'm an American. I wouldn't know. But I guess it's kind of like similar to like calling your real name. Let's say you use your internet like nickname, and then like people call your real name in real life. It's like, oh, you called me by my real name, Doki Doki. I guess it's kind of like that. Well, playing chaos. Yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the blocker, but at least this way it shows a bit of initiative. Yep. I think the only route I actually really played was mostly... I did all of Hanako. I read all of Hanako's. I read most of Emmy's and half of Rin's and half of Lily's and half of Shizune's. Because like I kind of did I did most of Hanako's because I drew her part, so like I had to read her story. But for the other routes, I mostly did the coloring. So like I only focus on specific like coloring stuff. Yeah. As far as as I pondered the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only signs of time passing in this stagnant world. There's no descent upon the frozen forest. It makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Nakai-kun. What she said in Japanese? What did she say? Basically, Nakai-kun, you came? A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to 100 times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. Time to finish Lily's or Rin's. Hello. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Or good afternoon. Well, I was test playing earlier, and I was like, I don't know how to get Hanako's bed in, so I wonder... It's been a while. Yeah. I turn to face his voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. Toki Toki! Oh yeah, this is like literally the very first CG I drew for this game. Like the very, very first CG. Like, Iwanoko, Iwanoko. I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Toki Toki. Yeah, I look at it back now, I'm like, oh man, it's such a derp tree. I was very inexperienced, but hey, I love drawing, so as long as you love to draw, it doesn't matter. Right? Yeah. Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was it, the result. Pathetic. Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note, so I'm glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. Doki Doki. My heart is pounding now, as if it's trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. So here we are. Yep. Well, I might just go through the opening. I mainly kind of want to talk about the CGs, but I guess I'll just play the opening. So here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. Whoa, that's a big word. Cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanoko flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Doki Doki! My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. Anone? You see. I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. Sukiatte kudasai. I stand there motionless, or save from my pounding heart. It's a serious thing, okay? I want to say something in reply. But my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisao, I reached up to massage my throat, but it only sent spikes of blinding pain on my arms. Kisao? Kisao? The whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Kisao! Nakai-kun! The beating of my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of the bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. The last thing to remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Yeah, he's out. This is where the hing meme comes from. For the opening, we had I think before the final release was the game was before it was released. It was like it was photos, because obviously we didn't have an animator, but Mike Inno offered to help us to do the animations, and like he did the opening justice. Like all the animations by Mike Inno are like really amazing. Because when we first saw the animation, we're like, wow, this is so professional. Yeah, Mike Inno is really, really talented. I've noticed that they changed my name too, so yeah, Mike Inno is like, he's really, really talented. I think we communicated through Mike Inno through Aura, I believe, because he wasn't really part of the the group chat of the devs. He mostly communicated through one person, right? Which is, in professional standpoint, makes sense, right? So, yeah. Didn't Gib also participate at the creation of the game? Yeah. So the thing is like originally Geb, my sister, was going to draw for Lily, right? And I drew Hanako. And the reason why is because me and my sister, we live together, right? So it would make sense that Hanako and Lily would be us, because Hanako and Lily CGs are always together. Like, they're always together, right? In terms of the game. So, and then Rin and... yeah. So that's why, like, Lily was my sister's job. But she got replaced, and their artist came in. She's in the ending. She drew all the males. She drew all the guys, you know. Cause like, yeah, yep. And then Rin was with Emmy, but then like, a lot of the artists kind of went and go. So yeah, males. The teachers and oh, my sister also drew a lady teacher too. I forgot her name. I think her name's Sai. Yes. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Oh my god. This is like the little the Renpai cherry blossoms. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. So there is a nurse. There's a nurse in the KS team. So he kind of supervised like some like conditions. Yeah. Too much doki doki for the mister? He got a heart attack? Yeah. A strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition, it caused the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. It Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They say it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Playing through Hanako's route was a big improvement for me mentally. It helped me to understand that just because I think something would be best for a friend doesn't mean they want or need it. That's good. I hear a lot of like life-changing moments for Kiss, cause like funny enough, I think before the announcement for the Steam release, like I got an email from a fan, and he's like, "Dude, like Chaos changed my life," and he's like, you know, he emailed. It was a really nice email. Like he's like, "I'm married now and I have kids," you know. And I'm really grateful to Chaos. Like, wow, that's amazing. You know, like that's great. So it is quite wholesome to get like emails like that. Yeah. Like I don't want to tell you how old I was, but I was the youngest. I'll tell you that. But I evolved, or like mentally, I guess, because it's been like 10 years. So yeah. And now my sister just posted me some screenshots of old dojins I drew of KS. Okay, I'll ignore her. Damn, this is pretty nostalgic. I barely remember this game. I was so young. Yeah, same here. Cause when it's kind of weird because like when I played through it, it felt so long. Out when I was test playing, but then, yeah, like when I was working, it felt so long. But when I was test playing, it was like so short. I was like, huh, it's shorter than I remember. But I guess because like most VNs these days are like 50, 80 hours long. Like, yeah, it's like really long. So I'm surprised like Kies one like route is pretty short, I guess. But if you like combine all of them, it's like as long as a VN probably. But yeah, looking back, it's like, huh, it's shorter than I remember. But the development was going on for like quite some time, so maybe that's why it felt long. Chaos changed mine too. I ran into Emmy's bad ending and I realized that I did the same thing as her to my parents. Oh, it led me learning how to forgive them. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I have some like in terms of like working with people. I guess I learned a bit too. Yeah. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was. It was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It didn't really do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. I wonder if if this takes place in Japan. I wonder if the healthcare would pay for it. Cause like if this was in America, it probably cost like $10,000. No, like 20,000. No, only 20,000. Like 30K dollars. $30K. But if it's like Japanese, like healthcare, it might be like half of it would be like taken off. But I guess like 15K is still like a lot. Cause I think about an American standpoint. I'm like, yeah, in America, like it probably won't be covered. But in the Japanese standpoint, I guess it's still expensive. Yeah, but like half of it or more than half of it would be like paid off by like healthcare. So I wonder. Why talk about such a realistic thing? Because I don't know. America's expensive. I would know this because I have some ER experiences before, and like it's very expensive to hire a truck. It's like, I mean, it wasn't that bad. Like, but my brother was really worried about me. He's like, "Oh, you should go anyway, right?" I'm like, "Oh, fine." So I went, and like the charge was like $2,000 for like a truck. Just to get an ambulance out to you, right? It's like $2,000, $3,000. Or an ambulance. I mean, I just say a truck, but it's basically them putting a truck or an ambulance out. Basically, it was $2,000. Because I didn't have health insurance, right? Because I was a freelance artist and I didn't have my own personal health care insurance thing, right? So after that, I don't want to go to like ER again. Yeah, it's really hard to get to get a doctor in America, because sometimes doctors in America, they're just like, oh yeah, I'm on holidays, so like you can't come in. I'm on vacation for like 3 months. Bye. You know, or like, or if you need a referral, it's very annoying because in order to see a doctor, you need a referral, and to get a referral, you had to reserve a referral, but then to reserve it can take like 6 months, and by the time you're probably out of medication, it's like, oh my god, dad. I'm also very thankful to live in Japan because like even though I'm a foreigner, I still get like better rights for like healthcare, which is very sad, you know. You know. Never called the ambulance because she couldn't afford it. Yeah, so what happened was when my brother called the ambulance on me, I didn't have the money for it, right? So I put it on my credit card. Yeah. If I get sick, I'm just gonna die. Pretty much. So, yeah, I put it on my credit card. My credit card was like maximum like $5,000, right? So I had enough like credit. So like I put it on my credit card. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna ambulance my credit card. It'll pay off. Yeah. But I was able to pay off by like working and selling stuff at conventions. Yeah, I eventually did pay it off. So, but then I realized that like I don't want to like get sick in America because like even if I do have like enough money, it's still very expensive. But if I get sick in Japan, at least I have like health healthcare stuff that can like kind of like make it cheaper because I do pay for it like every health. Yeah, I do pay for health insurance here. It's like required or like you have to do it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll pay health insurance. It's worth it. Yeah, it's very tiny. So it's only good if you have like a really stable job. If your job comes with like benefits, which is yeah, for me as a freelance, it's like oh no, that's kind of impossible. But anyway, little American story there. Yes, it is cheaper to fly to Japan. Because flying to Japan is probably like probably $800. Well, a friend just messaged me and he was like, "Dude, flying to Japan is like $500 right now." I'm like, "Okay, $500. That sounds really good." Hey, France. Oh. Oh, uh, her leg was in the cast and she didn't have no money. But hey, it's France. Oh, I'm not sure how the healthcare system works in France, but what happens if you can't pay medical bills in the U.S.? For me, I put it on my credit card. And good luck from there if you can't afford it, is all I can say. File for bankruptcy, I don't know, which is really sad. But yeah, in my case, I put it on my credit card. I mean, you don't need to sell a kidney for that. I don't know how much kidneys cost though. People like joke around about like selling kidneys for like a PC, but like I don't know how much selling a kidney is. So I think it's like, let's see. Oh, it's between $500 and $10,000. It's like no, that's. I feel like I think donating a kidney to like your relative is like I think it's nice, but I wouldn't sell my kidney for a PC. Like I would donate it to save a family member, but I wouldn't donate it for a PC. So yeah. Anyway. And America, hospital, money are good enough tax to make a horror movie. It is. I mean, I'm an American. I can say it. Yes, it is. It is horror. Unless you have like a decent job that has benefits, then you're okay. You're living the American dream. You have a job. That's good. Like with benefits. Anyway, of course there isn't a cure because of the late discovery of this condition. I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, my parents came by on a regular. Only my parents came by on a regular basis. Yamaku was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but he told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries left on my chest and slowly changed its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was just the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working on my way through it, one stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for some more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I love stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, different only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. I felt like time blurred into some kind of goofy mass. I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. I couldn't even try. Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them, but both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers and then setting them aside, as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks at me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Giselle. How are you today? I know. How are you? I don't answer him, but I smile a little and back to him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be just fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. Man, taking prescription's not that bad. I say this because, I don't know. I remember, when my brother said, well, I had to take medication for the rest of my life. It was we have this, family like thing that we had to take medication, right? From like genetics. I'm like, it's not that bad, dude. Like, you just take it every morning. Like, it's like you're not. You just take it. It's like it's not like you're gonna. It's not that bad. But I think to like a person who's never taken medication, it might be a shock to them. But, eh. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I just don't like taking iron pills or iron tablets. But I have to because I have low blood count, so I take iron tablets. Yeah, he's just like miss his chance to get. Hey, this is why it's a VN. He'll have other chances to get other girls, right? Yeah. I take it from his hand. I take a look for myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? It's okay, so. Oh my god, diarrhea. That's the first word I saw. I wonder how long. Nausea. Concentration. Heart block. Ventricular. Anyway, is this a horror scene? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess if he just came in, it does look kind of creepy. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in the sea of letters. This is insane. The side effects, adverse effects, contraindications, I can't read that, and the dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I tried to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting only makes me feel sicker. Ugh. Oh, this for the rest of my life? Every day? It's okay! You know, when you get old, you know, it's just the norm. It'll be daijoubu. I'm afraid that's the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. Nani? Please calm down, Hisa. Listen to what your doctor has to say. Osuke. That. Okay. The way he says tells me he knew full well and I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. Well, they're in Japan, so it'll be okay, right? They have like health insurance. Japan has health insurance, so it'll be okay. Even though the school takes place in like not Japan, but hey, it's fantasy. We understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that is wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. Not this. Yeah, this. Yeah, it's Japan. Yeah. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I disabled? It has a 24-hour nursing staff and is only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of the students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence is a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If I was really that afraid, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. It's a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. Hospital in Japanese island occupied by USA. Yeah. It looks like I don't really have a choice. Shikanai. Shogani. Compared to other heart problems, people with your conditions usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call me a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and well, it's not the same one, but it's a special school. You know what I'm saying? How dare you transfer me? I'm just translating Hisao. It's not what you think. All the students are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn. But just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me, but what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of a reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know that is futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all of this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't think anything that would make me feel different. Yeah, it's just school. Chill, man. Just chill. It's okay, you know. He's kids when people are young, I think they have this sense of like shock that's like something that's out of their normal life and it's completely different. It's like it can come to a total shock. It's okay how Hisao feels. It's okay. He feels shock. It's all good. It's okay, Hisao. There are cute girls there. That's true. He doesn't know that yet. That's why he gets less angsty later. There isn't really a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I tried to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. Ah, see, now he feels positive. That's a good thing, Hisao. It's a good thing. All I can think of is get me through this. At least I can have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Yeah, positive thing. It's a good spirit. Yeah, it's a good thing. You do this, Hisao. Mike Inol drew all the little cuts. He also drew the opening title page. I feel like Mike Inol probably drew more than like most of us, but yeah, he's really talented. The gate looked too far pompous for what it is. Oh, this is not Brown. By the way, not Brown University. So the person who took this photo, he was attending at the school, right? And like, he's like really smart too. Obviously, he went to this super fancy school, right? The NASA bro, yeah. I wonder how he's doing, but we all kind of joked around because like he's really smart, and I think most of us were like single. And like we always joked around how like he's like a playboy because like he had like I don't know, because he was like the most experienced. He went to a notable school. He has like a girlfriend. And we're like, well, senpai. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. He's really smart too. Yeah, the guy took most of the photos, and for the Japanese photos, it was a new loaded value for me. It's kind of loud. Yujovi. Oh, yeah, he's credited as Yujovi, but I don't know his real name. I can't. I was not gonna say anyway, but he's Yeah, he's just really smart. He's a good guy too. What part of chaos did you create? I did a lot of the drawings and I colored a lot of the stuff. I'm not sure if he actually works for NASA. We just call him NASA guy because he's smart. Screen name doesn't sound familiar. I know. He's. If you go to Lily's route, like they're like in like Konbini. I think they're also in like Ueno. There's also for Hanako. I think they're at Yoyogi Park. Cause I was skipping through. I'm like, oh, this is definitely Yoyogi Park. In fact, the gates in general seem to do that, but this one's especially. Sorry, I need to lower my volume. It's quite loud for me, but it might be okay for you guys. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a hole that didn't feel welcoming at all. Don't want to be disrespectful, but he sounds like a villain in most JP Ellen. Hey, maybe some characters improve. That's why there's character development. In the beginning, they're like, I don't want to go here. Yeah. And you're like, okay, they become a better person. Who knows? Character development, maybe. Right? I wonder if it looked like what I gave for a squish would look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the game for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace and felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building, Yamaku Academy, and with this brisk pace, I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass all over park-like things. Yeah, it's like taking place in like one of the like Ivy Leagues in America. It's very fancy. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind, makes me shudder. I shake him off, stay open-minded for now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought when I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it just doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or is caused by my expectations of the school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues splashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about the hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. I think in Japan, they changed the colors to beige now, I believe. I read this passage at like my language school. It's kind of random, but... So, why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Yeah, I think it used to be green, but obviously different hospitals have different colors. But I believe they changed it to beige now, but not really sure. Yeah, beige is a nice color. Only after I stand in front of the haunted main building, I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be Neike Nakai. Oh, So you are excellent. I'm your homeroom teacher and your science teacher. My name is Muto. Irashai. He exchanged a handshake that is neither firm or sloppy. Oh, you get handshakes. He looks at his watch. The head nurse asked for you for a brief check-in and visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, my sister drew this, by the way. Yeah, my sister drew this, and Moiki colored it. Yeah. Oh, should I go later? I think she drew this with a pencil. So like we had this like light box at home, and like yeah, we had a light box. So like she actually did the line work with pencil. Yeah. Yes, the afternoon's probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel very nervous. Thinking of this, I'd almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want me to introduce yourself to class? Nande. Why? Of course. Why? Why do I have to? Of course not. That's why I asked. Oh, right. Let's go. Okay. My heart is doki doki, pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I followed the teacher up the stairs. It was that time when Gabby didn't draw cute girls with dynamic body yet. That is true. She drew very skinny girls. It was like very, very, very skinny. Like even I drew thicker girls. But I think over time she realized the goodness of like thick girls as time passed. And now she hates. No, I wouldn't say hate, but now she loves drawing thick. Yeah. But yeah, her girls are very, very skinny, like sticks. You know. The third floor down the third floor corridor is marked as a classroom for class 3-3. San knows. San. Yeah, she's in the dark side now, and now it's yeah. This is like her son, I guess. Oh, Kenji is also her son. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a bit and then, for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Doki doki. Shikari shite. I get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but there isn't any point of worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Oh, this is the big CG. I don't remember who drew these, though. I don't think it's me. I know Kamifish drew this. Kamifish drew that. Moeki drew this. I think I drew this. Raid drew that. Raid. Raid. So Raid. Moeki, Kamifish, Moeki. I don't remember who drew this. I feel like it's Raid. Because, like, the face structure is a bit different. But I was the one that colored this CG. And Doomfest was the one that modeled the background, the 3D models. And Moeki was the one that colored the background. And I was the one that colored everyone. So, like, you see the coloring style? Yeah, it's all by me. Background, the 3D model is Doomfest, and the coloring is Moeki, the background. Coloring is Moeki. So, I followed the teacher into the classroom, looking around partially, so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. Yeah, I don't remember who drew this, though. I feel like it's Raid. But it's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's a lot of space around. Oh no! Doomfest drew this. I remember now. Okay, this is Doomfest. Doomfest drew this. So he designed these characters in the back. I remember now. So Doomfest. Doomfest, you can just look his name on Twitter, but yeah, or X. It's pretty, yeah. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The student desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with mantle frames. Simple and efficient. I stopped walking in front of this classroom and faced other students. They all look normal, like students from any other school, but then why would they be here? They look like me and have nothing wrong with them. It's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing a thumb in her right hand. It's just a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tuned out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduced me to the class. Okay, so Mueki drew this. Wait, my cat's talking to me. Oh. My cat likes me. 1 second. So yeah, Mueki drew this. I think Doomfest drew that. My sister drew this. Ray drew this character. I don't remember who drew this. I think it's my sister. My sister drew this. I drew this Misha, and I drew this character. Yeah, my sister drew the guys. I know this is Doom, for sure. Who's that lovely gentleman in the back next to the window? I don't know. I don't know who it's supposed to be. I just know my sister drew like this like dude in his back, and like now he's there. I don't remember. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone's looking at me. A girl with really long straight hair that's pretty eye-catching. She sees me looking back at her. She covers her face with her hands as if it'll make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? Peers look at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. Yes, the protagonist always has to sit next to the window. And then like in anime, like there's always like a girl here bothering him. But in this time, there's like a dude gonna bother himself. Like, hey, doki doki, I'm super soon for you. She's kind of cute. So is the cheery looking girl with the pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Oh, I noticed that. Oh, Misha is left-handed. Please welcome our newest classmates. He claps his hands and so did everyone else, except one girl with the first row who has only one hand. I cringed a little, but I hid it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. After applause, there is a brief silence that no one seems to want to be responsible for breaking. So you're saying that guy is the protagonist? No. This empty seat. It's usually like the seat next to the window, and it's always like here. Or sometimes it's like lately it's been here though. Lately it's been here, and like the main girl is like right here, right? The teacher soon realizes that he should probably say something. He opens up with an unintentional noise, shuts up, and then he loses momentum, and then starts introducing me. Nobody seems to be too interested. Maybe I should have said yes to the self-introduction thing. Yeah. Probably realizing he doesn't know anything about me, he just ends up saying my name wrong again and asks me to write on the board. Nakai Hisao. I do that and turn back to face the class, feeling awkward. I listen to the teacher as she drones about, getting along with while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps around on this round with her one hand against her wrist. That ends with a banjo stump. It makes me feel a little bad. Okay, we're gonna do some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yep, it's fine. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's a class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Alright, Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with the bright pink hair, gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her, by the window. Kamifish drew Misha. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Wahahaha. I can't do the Misha voice. How would Misha sound like? Ha ha ha. Huh? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but... I'm not Hakamichi, I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi Shichan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her. The one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. Desuwa. Oh yeah, the Desuwa became a thing after Rose and Maiden. Or is that just Desu? It's Desu. She nods once, nonchalantly, to show that she notices my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully kneaded brush hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses, balanced on the tip of the dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. Hajimemashite. Hajimemashite. ... She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people and who better to explain things to you. I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? I understand why you would think I was Shichan. Shichan's deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. Hajimemashite. ... You're a new student, aren't you? Well, Shichan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been signing up there for no reason, right? Right? Where's not Lelouch? That played the first act, I guess. Played a very, very first game. Like, first act one? Yeah. Oh, Moeki drew Shizune. And we had this thing where, like, a lot of the artists collaborated. So, like, Moeki drew her, but then, like, Kamifish was mostly in charge of coloring Shizune. Because, like, Kamifish and Moeki, they know each other in real life, right? So, like, when we were working on KS, like, they would always go to each other's houses to work on KS. And, like, you know, so me and my sister, we live in the same roof, so, like, you know, we work on KS stuff. He knows the end. You were behind stream? Never mind. Well, I guess just play the first act again. Yeah, it's about Lelouch. The director was pretty upset, so like he told us to remove it, and so that's what happened. He was not really a director, but he is essentially the director because he programmed everything, you know. Which is why like he gets mad at us. But that's, you know, working on a project, you need someone like that to like take in charge. So obviously there was no one in charge. We're just a bunch of like people that didn't know what to do, and we're like, okay, I got stuff done, just take it. And like basically the person who programmed the game was kind of like in charge because he made all the like you know, he did all the programming, so he was basically did most of the work, I feel like. I mean, without the artwork and scenario, obviously it wouldn't be done, you know. Everyone was somewhat involved. Misha looks at me with a weird expression, then continues. We don't know much about him, but maybe we'll find out later. Yes. Maybe I should have introduced myself after all. Anything would have given a better first impression than the teacher's drone and fumbling with my name. We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you were going to be here today so soon. He-chan, right? He-chan? Yeah, it is, doesn't it? I'm surprised, like, they knew, like, the writers knew, like, some Japanese stuff. Because now that I know a bit of Japanese, it's like, okay, yeah. Because, like, before KS was developed, I think there was, like, no Japanese person on the team until, like, later on, right? Because until the Japanese translator, which I still talk to today, because, like, he recognizes that katawa is not a good word in the Japanese language, right? But it was already, like, in the game, and, like, obviously, I think the KS team actually made a blog post about it, and they apologized about the naming, but, you know, it's kind of like... yeah. It's not a good name, but because of, like, the memes of, like, oh, it's a disabled game, you know, I'll find the memes, but, like, I think a lot of people were intrigued about how, like, the game actually was. It wasn't just, like, memes and stuff. It was actually, like, heartfelt, I guess. That's why it moved a lot of people. Dude carried the game. Legend. Yeah, like he was a... So, the guy who programmed the game, like, he was kind of scary, okay? He was scary. But I was, like, the youngest, you know? So I didn't know how to interact with, like, people who are older than me. I was only, like... I'm like, okay, this guy's scary. I don't want to interact with him. He was the scariest person. But he's a cool guy. He's a good guy. A lot. I've seen some news where, like, katawa, you know, it's been, like, I've seen Famitsu articles that, like, you know, they try to, like, say that, like, katawa is not a good name, but I had a huge success overseas, which is basically every other country besides, like, Japan. It was a huge success overseas, so, like, yeah, despite its name, it's actually, like, well received. That's what it's written in the article, so yeah. And I think the Japanese translator here, he made, like, physical copies of the Japanese game, which is really cool. Yeah. I don't remember if I have it somewhere, but I don't know where I put it. But yeah, I think here sold it at either Community or Comic-Con, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's physical copies, which is why, like, the big poster art with all the girls, I drew that for a Japanese version of the game, because here asked me to draw, like, a box art for, like, yeah, a CD. I'm like, yeah, sure, I can draw it. And then, like, literally, like, a month ago, Siriko, the writer for, like, Lily and Hanako, he was like, do you still have that high resolution artwork so we can use it for, like, a Steam release? I was like, oh man, it's been so long. Like, I drew, like, a long time ago. But luckily, it was in my Dropbox from, like, ages ago. So I found the high resolution in my Dropbox. I was like, yeah, I have it. So they used my high resolution artwork for, like, all the Steam, like, promotion stuff. Because, like, we didn't have, like, an actual, like, final release artwork, you know? So yeah, we just ended up using that instead. Because, like, a lot of the artists now, like, I think, like, they're, like, busy. Yeah, I'm like, thank God my Dropbox is not, like, dead. I'm surprised it's still alive. You know, they keep emailing me to, like, you know, expand my Dropbox, you know, subscribe to it or, like, pay monthly. I'm like, no, I don't want to, because I already have another thing. Oh yeah, I hear that the French translators made a French physical copy too. So, like, yeah. In the end, like, I think it's nice to have physical copies, you know, it's just like a little monument, little trophy. But the physical copies, like, I understand if they do charge, because, like, printing does cost money, so, like, yeah. Yep, it's on Steam. Dropbox, it's kind of nostalgic. Some people still use Dropbox. I just use Drive because, like, I have a lot of Google services, so, either or is good. I just don't want to pay for, like, both, because I'll just be double paying, so yeah. Anyway, I don't really see how it fits. You just look like what you look just like I imagined, huh? You look just like a Hik-chan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. That. Takamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. I'm sorry about that. Shi-chan, oh, did you know that Japanese sign language is different from American Sign Language? So yeah. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's at the top class rep, so if there is anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? Whoa, that was a fast hand gesture. We can show you around a little if you hadn't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stuck out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. I mean, because like obviously certain countries like hand gestures can mean different. Like the peace sign in like the UK is like, you know, offensive, but like in Japan the peace sign is like V for victory, you know. So is there Japanese sign language kanji? I just know the sign language for Japan. Because like they always show in Japanese TV, like Japan, and it's like this stretch the shape like Japan. I just know that. Yeah. So it's like the backwards peace sign. If you Google it, it's you'll see. Cause I'm not sure like it is still or not. I don't know, but apparently it is offensive. So. Do that if I go there, so yeah. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Always, even if it's just a trip like to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan? Learn about where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assly, but anyway, I don't say anything. And then Misha signs something that ends up with a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are just smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. Look down. Are you okay? I know that tombstone meme is, I think it's recent. I think it's supposed to be like, yeah. I think it's a recent meme, not like something from like years ago. Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you've just failed a test. I can't do the Misha laugh. Okay, alright. Huh. And another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Doki doki. Aha, maybe that was too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Okay, good. Yep, Shizune is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assume to be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. What did you say about me? Oh, alright, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now. Or Shi-chan won't get mad. Oh, she's mad for the assignment. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. I do. I can't do that. Yeah. Hisa might get doki dokis. Might get too much dokis. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the school grounds, around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and as professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells rings, signaling the sign of the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me to the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. This looks like a typical American school lunch cafeteria. Not in California. California's a bit different, but actually California did kind of have something like this, yeah. You see this a lot in like American movies. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows are open to the courtyard towards the main gate. Here's the cafeteria. Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. It's not Brown Uni. Not Brown Uni. I don't know where this taken. I don't know where they took this photo. It could be any cafeteria, so not Brown. For sure, maybe. Not Brown though. Not Brown, of course. Need water? Water. Here is a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realized that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice, it almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. Like, you know, like, this is not American school. This is not. It's fantasy. I pick up something at random and follow Shizune to a table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibbled indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. Why you be like that? I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite? You want to know something? What? Not anything. We're your guys, so you should ask something if there's something. I wonder. Ask about the library. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I like to check it out. Nisha gives some kind of frown that makes it clear that she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her phone again. There it is. It's in the second floor. We can show it to you sometime. Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me. Sorry, my bottle fell. But Misha refrains from translating. Poke, poke, poke. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice the conversation inside is not enough to fill in the silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. Oh, there's a dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. Okay, by you. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with her elegance of a rhino. Okay. She shrieks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way back from here, as if she were slowly turning to a stone just from her presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students, and finally, the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of the school feels strange, as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's just a long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Besides me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. That. Unfortunately, we can't stay around to show you around today, Hichan. We gotta hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. That. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Oh, wait. The teacher said I'd had to see a nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. Okay. We joined the flow of the students, making their way down to the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out the other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. That. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How's that official? That. Don't be silly, Hichan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. Matashita. See you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education? I guess that's necessary for a place like this. I will walk in, hoping that this really will be only a quick visit to the teacher. On the white door on the left, there is a green cross with the text "Head Nurse" and a nameplate. A voice from the inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounds like a bit of an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. Oh man, now it looks like an old school Windows. Okay, the room is not large and it smells strange. Are we in Hogwarts? It is not brown. Not to Brown University. Not brown. Old school PC. The room is not large and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cups rings littering on the desk. Smiling man. Hello there, what can I do for you today? He is young-looking and sort of rugged, but oh, my sister drew this. I think she also drew this on paper? Yeah, and Moiki colored it. Yeah, she drew like the dudes. And then like later on, she started using Comic Studio to like draw stuff. Are you a nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. Yep, she drew the dudes. But I think like she was pretty good at drawing guys, right? I skipped. Yeah, she was pretty good at drawing guys, but like I was like sucked at drawing dudes. Why, yes I am. It says on the door, no? You can call my name or just the nurse like everyone else does. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right. I'm a new student and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Sel Nakai. No, your dreams have fallen apart. I feel like nurses would probably be in their 40s, but I'm not sure. Oh, the doctor, I forgot he existed. He was cool. Okay. His eyes light up, and with revelation, he snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nakai. I was reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? Let me get some water. Okay, I fill my water bottle and come back. I feel like Act 1 is gonna be quite long. Probably end the stream in like an hour or something, so BRB, get some water. wonder if the JP translation they changed and the handshaking stuff. No, I think the translation should be pretty true to the original English text. I don't know, I didn't read this, but it's kind of weird if they changed it. But I think when they wrote the game, the only person that actually went to Japan was probably like 1 or 2 people. I know that Aura went to Japan, and Aura was the one that took photos of Japan. Aura is the person who wrote Rings Route, so I don't know who else went to Japan, but like, yeah, they went to Japan, so. Well, you've probably been briefed up at the school enough, so I'll just go this quickly. Okay. And what do you take? Yeah, so helpful. They have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. I'm like enjoying my Kit Kat. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Well, it's just kind of like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels out of place. I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, it's just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at school. You'll get used to it. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let them nurse about it. Now, let me just find your file again. Well, he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around. I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray, laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging from all 4 walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Beige! That's right, beige! Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So you already have medication for the arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff? Like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I play soccer occasionally with some classmates. You're right, this scene takes place in Japan. Wada. Yeah. I mean, like, the game is supposed to take place in Japan, I believe. It's fantasy, okay? Fantasy. These are not real. Alright. I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. A lack of a reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of a burning passion for a sport. Just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion you might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking their attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Or not exactly. He got the dokis. That's why he. Of course, it's fantasy. Too many cute girls meeting the main character during his first day. I know. If only real life was like that. I mean, I guess go to like a convention. I don't know. You see a bunch of cute girls, nice looking doodles too. But just don't be a creeper, I guess. That's all I can say. Don't be a creeper. I accept the question acceptably, and he glances over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. So you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise gear regularly. Brisk walls or even light jogging, jump ropes, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe? There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Look at that. Good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before, you just need to take care of not to overexert yourself. He waxed his finger to emphasize the point. No need really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risk. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time. He sets them on my desk, obviously content. That's good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. Okay, bye-bye. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get to look at other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going. And I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? Should I go somewhere too? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from being lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The awareness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. This is a nice school. It's very pretty. There's a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms. Shrubbery flowers and overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. One of us, yeah. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The door building is big and made of red brick. Fancy Japan looks a bit too American, I guess. Hey man. This is like only takes place at the school. There's certain parts where they show like Japanese photos, so it's fantastic. I think well in anime too, they have these like super like chuny schools where like they have these like, you know, ojo-sama school. Actually, I've been to ojo-sama school before for like volunteer work for my Japanese language school. So I was invited to go to like this like ojo-sama school, and it was kind of scary because like the schools you see in anime is like stereotypical, but like the schools you see in Yuri anime, it was like Harry Potter level. So I went to this like ojo-sama school, and it was scary because it felt like I was in Harry Potter, and my classmates were like, man, it's just really a Japanese school, because like we were freaking out. We were like, this is Harry Potter, like the wood flooring, and like they had like a cathedral too. Okay, it was like a very fancy ojo-sama school, all girls school, cathedral, and I was like, this is very fancy. It was a private school, and we did it for volunteer work, and like, yeah, it was not a Japanese, like obviously it's Japanese in Japan, but it was like Harry Potter, and my classmates were like, this is yeah. Anyway, we were there to like kind of teach English to like the Japanese students there, and I'm like not the best teacher, but whatever. But we kind of did some like English activities at the school and stuff. Anyway, yeah, but I have been to like some other schools. Like the one in... I've been to other schools for like work stuff, right? And like those are like the stereotypical like Japanese schools you see in anime, but like the ojo-sama school was very fancy. I was like, wow, anime does exist. Like, you know, the stuff in Yuri anime exists, but that's sidetracking there. So schools look like churches is real and not just an anime thing. Yeah, it's real. It was real. I was like, I thought this was fake, you know, but this stuff, like, they're real. Yeah, it was like anime is real. It was that moment. Anime is real. It's not a fantasy. It's real. Anyway, it made me realize that schools in Yuri anime, they do look like that. So yeah, very fancy. But it's because most of them are private, and just, you know, very fancy stuff. Anyway, it takes more time than necessary to fish out the keys I was given from my pocket. One room, room 119. Hey, that's like the emergency number for Japan. 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. What is this? Is it kanji? 119? No. It's the emergency number. In case you have an emergency in Japan, it's 119. Maybe they knew. I don't know who wrote this thing. Because there's like 4 writers? And they all kind of collabed. Oh, it is kanji. It says Deguchi. I kind of find it. I think it's supposed to be an exit sign. I find it interesting how it says Deguchi because in Japan, exit is just exit. Or like you have this green exit sign. It's not red. I think it's green. Yeah, Deguchi. It's a green sign, but I'm not sure how it was like years ago, like 10 years ago. So it might be different. I poked my head around the corner of the common room door. Yep. So let's say you go to movie theaters, so you see like a green sign or if it blacks out. Yeah, there's 4 writers. So Hanako was originally by Crud, but then like he kind of left the group between, right? And then Suriko kind of like helped fix Hanako's, or not fix, so kind of finish up Hanako's route and touch it up a lot. And he also wrote Lily. So Lily and Hanako is like by Suriko, right? Rin is by Aura. Emmy is by Hive Mind. What's that missing? Oh, Shizune is by A22. Anonymous 22. And yeah, it kind of goes with the artists too. So each route kind of are supposed to have like different main artists, but like some artists kind of finished their work ahead, so like we kind of collaborated to like finish leftover stuff. So it's kind of like a mixed mash. I mean, we're really inexperienced, so it's kind of like, yeah, whatever. As long as we get it done, it's fine, right? So, but honestly, now like I think we probably work differently, you know. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. I don't know who wrote the beginning parts. Yeah, because I was mostly like in like the art stuff. Yeah. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. This seems like your typical American dorm, because it's just like a familiar look to my dorm too. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seem to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. Managed from your art department. I mean, I just drew stuff. We were just like randomly drawing stuff. Like, oh, we could, because like, not in the professional standpoint, there should be like an art director, but there was like no art director. We're just like a bunch of like people drawing stuff, you know. But now that like, yeah, I've worked with like many projects people now, I'm like, okay, there needs to be an art director, you know, to like have a sense of control. So basically, like the Moeki, she was sort of like the person who directed stuff or asked for stuff, and Delta was like the main guy who like asked for assets, right? Because he's a programmer. So the programmer asked for like that like what art we needed, alright? Yeah. Word KS was the forge and origin, right? Yes. But I joined after like years past of the post. I don't remember when. I remember seeing the thread, but then I joined after several artists quit. And so Moeki was like, let's just do this project. And I was like, okay, sure. Originally it was actually me, Moeki, and my sister. And there was another artist. Oh, Ambi. He originally drew Emmy. And another artist, which is Rin, right? But then Ambi quit, the Rin artist quit, and so when Rin artist quit, Moeki asked her real life friend, Kamifish, because like she can draw too, right? So Moeki and Kamifish, they're like real life friends. So she asked her friend to draw Rin's route. And after my sister quit, we had to search for another artist because we're like, yeah, this you can't just like use like an old, like, you know, you can't just have a non-artist, right, for Lily. It would be a lot of work for us. And we also found an art artist for Emmy because like Pimmy was drawing a lot of fan art, right, of KS. And so we were like, oh, she's a good potential. Let's ask Pimmy to like help us, you know, draw artwork. So for Emmy's route, like for Pimmy, she had a different art style from like me and Moeki and Kamifish. So like for Emmy CGs, I had to, I feel really bad about it, but like when I colored his CGs, right, like most of Emmy CGs, and then the director was like, or programmer Delta was like, the face looks too different from the rest of the game. Can you like make it like the other characters? And I just I had to like draw over some of Pimmy's drawings. So I feel really bad about it, but I just listened to the programmer guy because I was like, okay, I'll do it, right? So some of Emmy CGs I had to like just like little touch ups. I did. Yeah. And what else? Emmy or Pimmy is like, she's like really cool. So basically, people who are from the communist community are recruit. Yeah, they're pretty much like fans. It's kind of like with like FGO. Like if you draw a bunch of FGO fan art, like they will notice you. Like, hey, you want to draw for like a card for a game? It's kind of like that, something. Yeah. And what else? For Raid, he actually, because we were looking for Lily artists, Raid just like went onto the forums. He was like, oh, I'm interested in drawing. And when we saw his sketches, we thought we were really good, so we asked Raid. And when Raid did the Lily artwork, like initially Raid is really good at drawing, but his coloring style didn't match ours. So like with the Lily sprite, I adjusted it to make it look consistent to like Hanako's sprite, like the color scheme. You know, because like his color style was a lot different, so I had to like adjust the hair and like the skirt and stuff. Yeah, I had to adjust some stuff. And for like some of the CGs, like Moeki also, because Raid had a different coloring style, so Moeki had to like adjust some of the coloring to like match like the rest of the game. Are any of them still looking at 4chan? No, good think. I don't know. Not sure. Like, I think the previous artists, I think they were all talented, but like, I think drawing art for free is pretty like tie-in. But then like, I had a lot of free time when I was young, so like, yeah, I just drew it. I think because like I drew so much like fan art too. I drew a lot of Pokemon fan art, so like the Delta was like, and other people were like, why are you drawing so much fan art? Can't you just like draw for like Chaos already? I'm like, I'm sorry, I just want to draw for my fandom. Gosh, I drew a lot of non-Chaos artwork, and I think when I drew like, I remember like one time. Yeah, I understand his position, obviously. You know, because I was like, I'm just gonna draw a bunch of fan art I like, and this guy didn't work. You know? I mean, now that I look back at it, like, yeah, I understand why he was upset, like, why I was just, like, drawing a bunch of fandom and, like, enjoying myself. Yeah. And one time I drew this, like, Katawa Shoujo fan art of Hanako. It was a Halloween fan art, right? It's Hanako. And then, like, I think he was upset because, like, the art looked really good compared to, like, the art I did for the game. I'm like, why is this, like, so much better than the game? Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. So basically, well, I understand his frustrations because, like, we just gotta get the game done, you know? But eventually we kind of sort of did. You know, I understand he's a good person. I mean, I know he's a good person. I was just scared of him because like he was like much older than me, and like I don't want to get on his bad side, you know. He's like my senpai, or like you're like you're higher up, like, you know. You don't want to get them like upset, and yeah. And plus I sucked at communicating too. So like I was like I don't want to talk, you know. But yeah, he programmed almost everything. So senpai, or like he's like my he's older than me, you know. So like I was scared talking to like people who are older than me because like I don't know how to speak their language, right? They're like mentally like there, and I'm just like I don't know. I'm just like drawing a bunch of fan art. But he programmed Delta programmed most of everything, you know. Yeah, and he basically like he helps like he basically like programmed everything. I mean, he made the website too and stuff. So he's a good guy. You know, I thought he was scary when I was like younger. Sorry, Delta. You're cool though. Delta. Yeah. He's like part of the credits. As like the engineer, you know. He's a senior. I don't know how old he is. Anyway, the nameplates of the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just two of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 119, so I knock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From inside, I hear a few moments, then and then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. I have no idea what he's up to, but he's still around. He's still around. After a moment, the door squeaks open. I know that he's still around because Moeki had to get some like information, because for the Steam release, like we didn't know who had access to like certain stuff, so like Moeki went to like seek out Delta, like he's like, hey, you got some pass to the website and stuff. Like, yeah. He's not old. He was just older than me. Anyone older than me, it was scary. Okay. But yes, it's oh, so my sister drew this sprite and I colored it. Bespectacled boy standing in the doorway. We're old. Yeah, we are old. I'm just in denial. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Dareda. Where are you? Blind? No, at least not completely, but why would he have glasses if he was? I don't know why I chose those colors. I guess because, like, why not, you know? It's not old. He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. Sniff, sniff. His breath stinks of garlic. Right, water. Well, Nakai. I'm moving to the next room, so I thought I should introduce myself. His face suddenly brightens in realization, and he stands back upright, thrusting his hand out like a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup, dude. The name's Kenji. Ah, hello. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome. Kenji route. I forgot how to get his route. Basically, if you don't get anyone, yeah. There were some suspicious people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because they could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are higher enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one that trusts is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search of the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. The bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. There's no one in the room, impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting in front at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. Bed. This looks like a very a 90s style bed. I'm sure it's different though. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. It also seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Hee-chan. You unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have, and then there would be something to do. It's still too early, but I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there... Who's Love? From his mom? And Dad? Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. I love this song. What's it called? It's called Nocturne. Oh, okay. Maybe stressed or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Then I had to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now... Medicine. The bottles of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I don't know who drew this. I feel like the brush strokes looks like raids. But I can't tell. I think it's like a mix of raids and moekis, but... Yeah, because I know moekis has a tendency to add purple. But I don't remember. Mentos, yes, he's eating Mentos. I pick up one. He's prescribed Mentos. I pick up one and shake it just to hear the contents of rattle inside, and then read the glued on pharmacy label. 2 tablets daily to stay alive. Thanks. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. Hey, it's kind of twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent a little. But what choice do I have? It's not that bad. Come on. With the sigh, I begin a new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lay down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. After that, I keep staring into the blank unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. Yep, no pressure. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after the darkness falls. Oh my god, that's the title of a movie. And long, shallow straws across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon, the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons to me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of the unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. Pills to stay alive. More relatable nowadays. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, it's not bad, You'll get used to it. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light streamers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. None. I. This is my room, is it? My room. Watashi no heya. The third room this year that I'm supposed to be called mine. This is the third room this year that's supposed to be called mine. Mine's just for hypertension. For me, I have like, it's like a genetic thing, but like hormone, not hormone levels, but it's like thyroid. Yeah, it's quite common among like females, like thyroid conditions. But it's not that bad. Yeah, yeah, genetic things, take stuff for thyroid, you know. Thyroid is very important for your body, you know. So there's like, here you see someone with like huge bump in their neck, like on their, like next to their throat on both sides. It means like their thyroid is like overreacting, and it's like producing a lot more, you know, it's like overreacting or something, I don't know. They have like huge bumps. So in America, like I hear some stories where in America, their first thing they do is it's kind of like a goiter. It's really huge if you don't get it treated. So they do radioactive therapy in America, right? Versus in other countries, they don't do. I think that's like their last option, radioactive therapy. So like So in America, my family, we got the radioactive therapy thing, right? Because that's the option that they gave us. And luckily it was free because we were in California, and here, like a minor in California, you get surgeries done for free, which is great because my family is really poor, right? Yeah, so like, yeah. And it looks like a Dr. Mario pill. Yeah, hyperthyroidism. It produces a lot of like hormones. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? But once you turn like 20 or 21, it's like you gotta work for it, make like pay like, I don't know, $30,000 for it. Yeah, it's quite common among females, but if males get hyperthyroidism, it's a lot more dangerous, and they're more prone to like worse effects, I guess, because like two of my other like brothers, they have it too, so like their conditions was a lot more worse than mine because they get paralysis, right? Like from the legs from below, so they had to be in wheelchairs. It sounds bad, but like, yeah, it is pretty bad. But like, you know, after they got like treated, you know, they can like, you know, they're walking again. It's that. So the thyroid is pretty important. Just to let everyone know, okay? Thyroid is very important. Should be free for all kids up to 17. Yes. And the thing is, yeah. But you have to, there's like a certain hormone level you have to like be, right, for your thyroid. Like if it's too much, then like your body's messed up. If it's too low, your body's also messed up. There's like a safe zone. And like, yeah. To me, it's like, I can talk about it freely. I'm not sure if like other people are sensitive about it, but I'm like, it is what it is. So like when my brother was like shocked, he's like, what? I had to take medication for the rest of my life? I'm like, it's okay, bro. It's like, it's not that bad. Yeah, but luckily my brother, he got it treated when he was like an adult, so I'm not sure how much it costed for him. Yeah. But for me, I was like still in high school. But what sucked is that like I missed like a whole week from school because of that. I'm like, dang, I'm really behind classes. You know? Because like with the radioactive therapy, you're not supposed to be close to pregnant people, right? So like obviously you don't know if like the teachers are like pregnant or not. So like I had to be absent from school for like a week or something. So like I was a week. I had to, you know, I was off a week from high school, because like I can't be close to pregnant people, and like I was just like playing games. It felt so good. I play games all day, so good. But then like it went back like crap. I missed a whole week of like, you know, lessons and like school stuff and homework. I'm like, oh god, no. Yeah. Yes, reality. Oh god, school. Like I like high school was not fun. Okay. Like I think I do enjoy the freedom, but I don't think I like the aspect of like doing homework. Like calculus. I mean, I didn't mind calculus 'cause I was good at it, but like, I don't know. I guess because I wasn't really like, being reactive is so cool. I can play games. Pretty much, it was like that. I can play games. I enjoyed it. And then like I kind of regret it too because I got a bunch of homework next week. I'm like, oh, I gotta catch up. Well, I was more free in college. I feel like because in college you can kind of like take your time and like there was a lot more. I feel like in college there was a lot more freedom. And then for some reason I was like, oh, I have exams. I gotta stay for exams, you know. But then like there's only like twice, like 3 times a year or something. You take like exams or something, and then like the rest of the time is like you're kind of free. Yes. Anyway, that's what happened in my high school. My bag's on the floor, my new school book's on the desk. Oh yeah, by the way, I also say that the thyroid condition is also very important because if you don't get it treated, you can black out. Which is why I went to the ER, right? Because like I didn't have medication for my thyroid. So like if you don't take care of your thyroid or take the necessary medicine for it, you can black out, right? And that's what happened. I blacked out. Yeah, it's like an anime. You like suddenly it's really random. Like you just suddenly black out, you know. Yeah, but you know I realized that. Yeah, I guess I should probably like get the necessary medication. So now I do. Yeah, but it's not as bad compared to like males though, because for some reason males are more prone to like worse things. So in terms of like the condition, hey, I'm good now. So. My brother got like paralyzed from his like waist below, so because he didn't know what condition he had, but it was basically just all of us had the same condition. Hey, yeah, I'm alive. Just take the necessary medication. You know, that's why medicine is very important. It makes you stay healthy, and you don't have to suffer. Yuri is great. This is why Yuri is good. I stared at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I opened the bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from the foil sheet. I downed them with a chaser of water without thinking about chemistry. My uniform started in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretched my back before dressing up. Putting on a new uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from when I used to wear one before. That goes for the other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. How dare he? Wait, wow. No! We're all equal, baby. Yaoi's okay. It's okay. If Yuri exists, Yaoi must exist. This is how it be. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. Okay. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Misha's constant laughter, and she's a sweeping sign language disasters. Yeah, we must have balance. Okay? Yes. I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. Yes, join. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decide to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, so I should ask her. What do you want to know? Huh? What do you want to know? What do you want to know? She crosses her arm and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha. A new genre, which is a combination of yuri and yaoi, where a girl and a guy have a romance. Isn't that just... Are you saying is... I think some games are like that, aren't they? Like... Because, like, in Harvest Moon, there's, like... Not Harvest Moon. Story Seasons. There's, like, interracial marriages. Yeah. I mean, it's like Yuri if you want to marry the same sex, right? So... Whereas yaoi, if you pick the guy character and you want to marry, like, another guy character. I think there's a... Not really a new genre. It's more like just, like... You pick a guy or a girl, and then, like, you can marry a guy or girl. Very simple as that. I like games like that because it gives me multiple options, you know. Oh, joke is just straight romance. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Okay, my first thought is that means that she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone's encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. I'm sorry for overthinking. Gomen. There are other school events like the school festival coming up in a few days. Well, it's only a few days. Almost every student council tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So you actually transferred at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. What? I don't know, Hichan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... Oh. She getting paid for this. She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of the oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavily. Where, Misha Raj? Where? And you know. Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's word out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. It is I... Too loud. I can see the heads turning to look over our direction. In our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind the festival will inevitably change with time. Can't read. Now it's about the delicious fried food and using little games you play to win prizes. Ha 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 ha. The teacher clears his throat very loudly. Batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots and points and gaze at us. Oh, I thought like those like wooden rackets they do back in the old days. I remember back in like 5th grade, my teacher was like, he's like really old, right? He was like in his like 60s or 70s when I was in elementary school. And like he would tell us that like, oh, back in my day, like, you know, in school when kids were naughty, they would like have this like racket to like spank kids' butts. I was like, and there's holes in them too. I was like, okay, thanks teacher. Thanks for letting us know. He's like, oh, back in those old days. But then now that I think about it now, I'm like, yeah. Some kids these days, I just shake my head. Back in my day, you know. God, old people talk. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Okay, bye bye, Negi. Take care. Shireshimasu. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. That. We're in the middle of class, and Negi, don't go. Don't go. Oh, he's gone. Back in my days. Oh my god, it's super late for like everyone else. Bye bye, good night. I can probably like stop the stream in like 5 minutes. We're in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Hichan. Okay, I'll stop the stream in 5 minutes. Let everyone sleep. Alright, Hichan. Are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? Are you interested in joining a club, Hichan? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchange between them. Heh. Yusha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. 11 a.m. Wow. You'll be fine. Oh, that's an interesting work schedule. Kind of reminds me when I used to work at the bank. You want to stay until the end? The end is quite far from now. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Oh. Misha and Suzuki look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out in the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long, dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. Oh, I mean the end of the stream, lol. Okay, good. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hichan, something wrong? Well, do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? Nothing. That. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. You want to have lunch together then? Okay, sure. Okay. Yay! Okay, Hichan, perfect. The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have time to put in any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only barely managed to finish all of our work on time. I'm glad that we finished it all, but it's not a contest or anything. You just realized that animated characters somehow have a sixth sense or something? Yes, I think so too. And they do a lot of monologues, but I realized that like in Japanese, hitorigoto is quite common. Like talking to yourself is like an actual thing. Like I didn't know that anime was real. Like in anime protagonists, they always speak to themselves or something. But I noticed that a lot of Japanese people tend to do monologues as well. They talk to themselves. Like my Japanese language teacher did that. She's like, does anyone do hitorigoto? Like, you guys ever talk to yourself? Because I do. And I'm like, huh. I guess it's normal. Hitorigoto, yeah. Yeah. Not everyone, obviously, but like some people do like talk to themselves. Like, oh, I should do this today. You know, like, yeah. Yes, it is Hichan. Impossible. Really? I noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. I tend to talk whenever an inanimate object I'm using, but not actually to myself. Oh yeah, or like when I play games, like damn it, I cuss to myself. When I I lost a match, oh, damn it. But I feel like I got that from like my brothers or something, cause like when my brothers would like play fighting games, they would always cuss at each other, and they always like belittle each other when they play games. I'm like, okay. No, it's not bad. I just find it interesting. Yeah. I talk to myself when I play games. I'm like, I take that, you know. Yeah. Fighting games, man, it brings out the fury in, like, especially to my brothers. They would like cuss each other out. But like, yeah, it's better than physical fighting, right? They took all their fury into like their video games. So yeah. Obviously, it must be so Shizuki can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha and mine. Misha's hands and mine. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking at the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her not only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, but because contests are competitions over a prize. But there's no prize in the line. It's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if she's surprised I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest for her. I never noticed how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Shi-chan? Very sure. Yeah, like, that's why I'm kind of worried about playing games, because, like, when I play games, I am, like, super immersed, okay? Like, I am super immersed. I don't want commentary. Oh, Sendai! This is Sendai. Oh! Okay, I didn't know it was in Sendai. Maybe that's where, Aura went to. Okay, 今してた。ありがとうございます。I could have sworn I've seen a park in Yoyogi. Because that park looked... Yeah, I'm sure there's a park in Yoyogi somewhere. But Sendai, okay, わかりました。Wait, Kiss is popular in Japan? I don't know. It was... I think, it did have some, like, commotion, I guess. Because visual novels back in the day, they were, like, huge, you know? Like, I was like, Higurashi was really huge, Umineko was huge. A lot of, like, the short visual novels, like Narkisu was really big. Yeah, visual novels were really big back then. I think Aura took the pictures. I suck at fighting games. Like, I suck. Like, I used to be good at Smash, but I have not touched Smash in, like, 5 years. Because, like, when I was in college, I was, like, probably, like, one of the best Smash people, which is kind of sad to say, right? But, yeah, because a lot of my training has gone through, like, my siblings, right? And, like, yeah. But I haven't played Smash in, like, years. Smash is not really a fighting game, though, but Smash Dream to win. I played Smash with Itsuki. But then, like, it was, like, a 2v2. And I was like, yeah. I would do a Smash stream, but I have not touched Smash in, like, ages, like, years. And, like, whenever I come back, my friends, hey, you want to play Smash? I was like, dude, I haven't touched that game, like, ever. He's like, okay, let's play Mario Kart. Because, like, in Mario Kart, it's also pretty competitive, okay? Like, the kids can have fun. Like, wow, I got banana. I got, you know, spiny shell, blue shell, whatever. And my siblings, when we play, we are serious. We are going to win. Yeah. But each time I come back home, there's always... My brother will always play Smash. Like, last time I went... like I invited my osanejimi, my childhood friend, and I also invited one of my high school friends to my brother's house. And like my brother and my friends and me, we all play Smash, and we're like, yeah. And then my sister-in-law was like, okay, whenever like your brother has friends over, he always plays Smash. I'm like, yeah, because we grew up with it. So like, yeah, you know. You're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities and prizes the satisfaction of proving them. Yes, gotta show him who's boss. So it's kind of funny. So my brother and his friend, like my brother stopped playing Smash because like he's busy with like real life stuff, and like his friend from high school, right? Like my brother was like in high school. My brother was like the quote unquote coolest person because like he was the guy who brought the gaming consoles to school, right? When there was like a free day off or a free day, game day, whatever. And like everyone respected him because he was really good at Smash. And it's like now like years later, the same friend, right? He wants to become like a pro Smash person. He's like one of the higher ups in Smash. And like he comes to visit my brother, right? Because they're still good friends. And so like they play Smash and my brother loses, and like the high school friend gets really cocky, right? That he's good now, that he can beat my brother now. Like, I can beat you now, take that. My brother was like, oh yeah. And so what my brother did, he did like a bit of training in a few days, and the friend comes back and he beats the high school friend who's like a pro Smash player. He's like, take that. He's like, if I actually train for real, I can probably be a pro, but like, you know, I got stuff to do. It's not the same brother. The brother who bullied, no, I wouldn't say bully, but the brother who like always always like tried to beat us, he trained us to become stronger. Okay? Which is why the little siblings are stronger now, because like the older brother kept like, I wouldn't say bully, but like kept on like saying, I win, and then we had to beat him because like we hated his ego, right? So we had to beat him so his ego is not as like, you know, yeah. That's why we all try to get good, because like we want to be his ego. So like my brother, seeing his high school friend like, I can beat you now, and my brother's like, okay, I can show you. So my brother did a bit of training, and he can beat like the pro Smash player, you know. Nah, I'm not that good. It's been so long. Like the hands aren't the same. I don't have a GameCube controller. Like with the GameCube controller, like the old version of the GameCube controller, like when you press R slightly, it's like you can like, you know, guard, right? But then like I'm not used to, I don't have a GameCube controller to like actually play, yeah. Cause I'm too used to like the GameCube controller, the playstyle, and like obviously it's not an excuse like, you know, yeah, like I had to have a GameCube controller. It's just like I'm so used to the GameCube controller and stuff. Would have gone for, yeah, but I guess he's an engineer. My brother's an engineer now, so I guess he's making enough money from that, right? And he has a family, so like, you know, he's got life stuff to do, actual life stuff. Yeah. Wahahahaha. Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge with her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Oi, you're coming with us. Where do you want to eat? A cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain, I guess. At my own school, I like to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until the near my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shize and Misha pulled me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finished eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hee-chan, you want to know about the club and stuff, right? Right? Yes. Alright, Hee-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchange a little nods in confirmation. They turn to face me again. Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hichan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. Huh. There's a book club, right, Hichan, right? But it seems like they all have members. They have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hichan. It's a really popular club. Okay, but more to the point, Hichan. Does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? You wanna join us? Come on, join us. Not really. Good, great. That's great, Hichan. That's really... Yes. I see. Naruhodo. I didn't know this school had a student council. There was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice to whatever she says. Right, Hichan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely, you should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we can hang out every day. Hichan, Shichan, I are both in the student council. Actually, Shichan is the president. Huh? I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. That. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore having an incentive to try and get you to. So you're admitting that. No, we're not admitting. Hichan, of course. It'd be nice of you if you just joined. We'd appreciate it. But even without all of that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend more time with us after school? Yes, Hichan, yes? I can tell she's being genuine or if this is just a really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they're already pretty cute to begin with. So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. What? No. Oh, see, Hichan, of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right. Even though it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hichan owes me a candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Well, haha, that's interesting, Hichan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, zettai dame. Why not? Nande? Well, because both of you have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join student council, right? Yes. Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But this means that the both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. How dare you? Hichan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us? And that we will pull something so disingenuous and genuine? That makes me sad. Sorry, what? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. Come on, just join. Come on. In order to atone for hurting us, a young girl's feelings, he should definitely join student council, see? No. Yada. How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? I wonder how this is translated in Japanese. I don't know rich man, poor man. California accent leaking? Well, I am from California. 仕方ないです. 仕方ないんです. Yeah, it's a game they play in America. Oh, I didn't know that. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it past the goalpost. The other player makes their fingers. Oh, I've seen stuff like that. But I didn't play it. Maybe because I was like, I don't know, I was more into my video games. I mean, for girls, we did like patty cake, you know, stuff like that. I'm a Californian. Maybe patty cake. What else? Yeah, play card games. Isn't it cool? The ultimate form of competition between two people. Hichan. Yes. It's also played by elementary and middle school children. Hichan. Haha. It means that it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. Okay. More like boys from the slightly older boys. And anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means that you're probably surprisingly good at it. Red cover. Red Rover? Oh. I've heard of Red Rover. I only played like patty cake. Like I did like the girly girl stuff with like the girls at the school. So. Yeah, that's true. How'd you know, Hee-chan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me to the student council, but I'm a little curious of what the student council does there. Here. I've never been on one before, or even known anyone who was a member, so this interests me. I also kind of like Shizune Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. That? Okay, Hichan, how about Risk? The game of world domination. I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Ah, really, Hichan? We can just play for fun, Hichan. Hichan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room. Well then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Duh. I want to say wahaha. I grimaced to tell him how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree. But not only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete by just accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Okay. Hey, bye-bye, Hanako. During the afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they did, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby, lashed onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people would have make a break for it in the past, that they're on underground. What's with the escort? Well, what's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very uncomfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner for being transported to the cell. What's wrong, Hichan? Yes, they're just like stalking him. Oh, that's right, we're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? Oh no, Misha, this all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, she'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Ara. Yes, ara. I wonder if Lily says ara in Japanese. That'd be kind of like stereotypical. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so impossible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hichan. Hichan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression is unchanging. Misha signs something unusually to Shizune. He makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Yes, go on. Misha finds deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that, I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe a little larger than the classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side, as well as extras, perhaps? Aside from the chairs and tables, the room doesn't have much else to offer. It's just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But most noticeable thing is that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? That. No. What do you mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? That. Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. That. Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. You want to know the rules? We can explain you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Bam. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little long for her liking running through the basics with the somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her thumb through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling a bit more competitive than I tended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts. She breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers onto the table to get my attention. Hey, Chan. Shi-chan wants you to know why you're taking so long with the move. Shi-chan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the... Oh, yes, Hisao should keep Australia. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. Chi-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will... Australia is not a thing. How rude. Oh man, it's not me. It's for your people if you agree to so into the council. Australia is mine now. Ha. Wahaha. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't. I don't know what that means either. She doesn't know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls off a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune. She signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Oh wait, slow down, Shi-chan. Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I had the same reaction. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. She says you have no choice. If you keep playing like this, you won't. No, you won't. She has a point. Attack aggressively. It's a trap. It's likely she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense set up. Hello. Hello. And I'm not going to wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air with celebration. Shi-chan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. Oh, Shizune got North America. I mean, Shi-chan, not me. Hey. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5 army bonus, but you can attack it from the 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. I never played Risk. I thought you had more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, Hichan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition, ambition. I was really excited when you took South America, but you switched playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hichan. Oh, she didn't like me anymore. You didn't take enough risk, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hichan. You're terrible, Hisao. Damn, what's to her that I played too carefully? She don't need to rub in my face. That. I wonder if he'd even be any good for student council. Oh, I guess you're not good enough. Well, you're not good enough. Skill issue. What's this? Reverse psychology? I guess I. Yeah, this skill issue. Guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case. No, I don't have to join now. Bye. Give me up like that? I expected more of you. Yes, they're very controlling. But I guess that's their quirk. Seriously, is Susan trying to talk me into joining the student council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet, and these two, they're a little weird. Wait. Okay. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to look at other clubs before I decide. Really, Hichan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better? Yeah, I'm just not sure that I want to. Aww. I'm disappointed in you. Okay, Hichan, but we're not going to give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you'll come around. No, I'm mad at you. I'm mad. How dare you? Come on, we should actually have some fun. We can play more Risk and maybe one day you could beat me unless we graduate before that. Doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know? That. Hahaha, surely you're not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game you know then, to give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Oh, that's cold, Hichan. I took a glance at the clock on the wall and I realized I spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Hello, everyone. Yes. Suzune scratches her head, gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? The clock is right there on the wall. It should be unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. You want us to show us? You want us to show you where it is? No thanks, it's okay. See you tomorrow. Matashita. Bye. One flight upstairs and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is the carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there is a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? They need to have signs, that's what. I put the ladder and chose my direction at the random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though it's just barely ajar, so that I can see is open, nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be finally open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means someone is inside and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center door with my fingers. Every muscle in my arm is ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door, it's like a horror game right now. The door slowly creaks as if growing from a deep sleep, though it is much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head over further inside to gain a sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek of "hello" on my lips is quickly snatched away. It's Riri. Oh, this is quite. Yeah, this is Rage CC. Yeah. I think yeah when Raid uploaded or drew the CG, we did like a bit of color corrections. Yeah, because I think this was like his first like CG that he did for this game, because like it appears in the first, yeah, it's first lady CG. Not what I'm expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its like, full extent, taking the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Yes. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes. It doesn't look at me. Oh yes, Ara. Hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than words. However, the soft, measured voice that reminds me is being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I met, she's strikingly distinct. Alright, Lily is half Japanese. It's kind of like cliche. Now that I think about it. Hey, man. 失礼いたしました。ちょっと迷子になってしまいました。はい。She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes, I feel as if is carefully choreographed beforehand. どうぞ、座ってください. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step towards and I see it pop opposite of her. The girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table between. The way she doesn't check my movements with her head is telling, and that the slight cloudiness to her eyes means that she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. Guess she must be half Japanese. Oh, okay, she's half Japanese. It's kind of a funny. Reading this is kind of funny now because like, there's foreigners that do live in Japan that have like native accents. So, yeah. But it's a funny line to think about. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. Yes, the ada. The calming atmosphere is so different from the console office. It's so relaxing. Yes. I take it you're new student to Yamaku. Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling that my speech patterns don't match with the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow greeting. One which I had hastened to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Sato. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Pleased to meet you. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Yes, you will. いかがでしょうか? お茶はいかがでしょうか? Would you care for a drink? Okay. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out on the shelf. Well, it's already 5:33. Okay, I think I'll probably save here. Playtime 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, I stop here, and then whether I feel like it or not, I'll may play it again. Saves grabbing. Yeah, cause like, I do have like so in Katawa Show though, when when we were making the game, we have like a code where we can like unlock all the CGs. Like he sounds on lockdown. Oh, Crash? I don't know where to get it. It's probably online somewhere. But yeah, I guess playing like when we were talking about the Steam release, like it was kind of sudden. Yeah, I'm like to me, I got a sudden notice because like Sariko asked for the artwork that him and Moeki and some other people were preparing Steam release. And then like after that, Moeki contacted me about like doing dark countdown streams, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then like, yeah, so all of it was like all of a sudden notice. So, okay, I'm like, yeah, I can help provide some artwork. So I'll provide some artwork and like with Steam, they're pretty strict about some regulations, right? About like some artwork. So yeah, so me and Moeki were talking to each other, and I was like, I can just like do it in like 30 minutes. And she's like, yeah, like, you don't have to because like it's a lot of work. Well, it's okay. So yeah, I helped edited some CGs right in the game, like two specific CGs. And there's also one Rin CG where we had to crop the lower portion, right? Because like Steam's kind of strict. So yeah, we did some edits, like last minute edits. That's like the only thing different. I provided like clothing, and then she like cropped some stuff and removed some stuff for like it's too spicy for Steam. It is. It's too spicy. But honestly, with the patch, you can get like the full content. So it goes with that like with a lot of like R18 games. Yes, like what Nifty says. Steam is pretty regulated stuff, so yeah. Magic light rays. Yeah, I could have just done that. It's like with like pew pew pew. Spoilers, it's like replaced with like fruits and like fried shrimp. But yeah, I guess I'll get back to like work and like play Splatoon later. Maybe I can grab Moeki later. Anyway, I think I am done for today. It's done. Yeah, I took a gap here. I didn't know they replaced with cookie brands. Right, bye bye, bye bye. Alt.